So let's talk about the West, the Wild Wild West, the Timberwolves. I would just
Oh my
say
goodness. What
they're
is going
they're
on there?
they're number one in the West. Can you believe it? Their
No,
defense is great.
no, I don't believe it, Ashley.
Um,
No, I don't believe it at
do
all.
you think
Like,
it's a fluke? I don't know.
no,
I would
I
just say
mean,
more offense, more shooting, win a playoff series. That's all I would say because they're doing so far. I do like Jaden McDaniels. Anthony Edwards is balling. You know, Towns is healthy. Rudy Gobert is doing his best DPOY things. Naz Reid. They got some good
no, Ashley,
players.
I have to stop you right there. Rudy Gobert does not need any more defensive player of the years. Do
Hey,
not campaign for that.
I didn't say he would win, but
Okay.
he's
Okay.
doing
No,
his best
no.
thing.
Brooke deserves one. Brooke
I
deserves one.
know.
Rudy Gobert has like 100. Like, no, he does not need more.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Um, is he even playing great defense? Oh, I'll wait till we get to the
Yeah,
Grizzlies. Yeah.
let's wait on that. I can have my rant about last year's defensive player of the year selection at another point in time when they totally got that wrong, by the way, but I'll get into that I'll get into that later. I mean, last
Um,
year's defensive player of the year choice. Um, but I mean, no, to answer your question earlier, when you said, is it a fluke? I kind of thought that like the first month or 6 weeks of the season, I guess. But like we're getting later into the year now. It's almost the halfway point. So I can't really say that now. Like at this point, it has to be somewhat for real the way they're playing. Like, I don't know. The Timberwolves and the Magic are the two teams that have shocked me the most this year, where they've been like so much better than what I thought they would be, or completely caught me by surprise. Both those teams have vastly exceeded their expectations to this point. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess my New Year's resolution for them is to win a playoff series.
yep. That's exactly what I said because
Just continue to build, and continue to let Edwards um, further develop and further become the great player that he has been, and just keep building off of him. And I don't know, maybe they're a team that might make a trade at the trade deadline to help them or
yeah,
something. Maybe they'll see this as their year where they can do something or accomplish something big. So
yeah, they need more shooting because they're like,
somebody like a Bojan Bogdanovic on the Pistons, who we mentioned earlier, would help them a lot too.
yep, they need more shooting, shooting,
Maybe
shooting.
like, and just like, yeah, from that aspect, like another veteran player kind of off the bench, because well, they have some good vets like Mike Conley. He's been playing really well. Shout out to him. He's been around a while now, quite a long time. He's still getting the job done down
Yeah.
there. It's interesting when Mike Conley and Greg Oden, they both came out the same year in the draft, and they both were from Ohio State. And
Mhm.
Conley is still around all these eons of years later, and Greg Oden didn't even last like 3 years or something before he was out. So
It's
it's kind of
gone.
like kind of interesting how like one guy like lasted so long and the other guy like couldn't last like at all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's interesting how that worked out.
I think
But
he's
um
assistant coach in college or something. Greg
oh,
Oden.
I'm not sure. So yeah, the Timberwolves just maybe adding another veteran shooter to help them off the bench. Um, just winning a playoff series and just continuing to build, and keep being consistent the way they have been this year so far, and keep letting Edwards kind of what's the word,
Excel.
prosper. excel. Yeah, keep letting him excel and keep letting him grow in his role. And, it's kind of happening naturally. And, just keep rolling with what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Keep building good habits, as Giannis likes to say. And, hopefully down the line it gives them success.
Yeah. Another
Apart,
surprise team.
How
Huh?
about a Bucks? How about Ashley? How about this? A Bucks Timberwolves finals. Could you imagine Stephen A. Smith and like those ESPN guys? How mad they would be. I've got to go to Minnesota, Milwaukee, man. I don't want to go to those
Oh,
places.
I don't want
It's
to wear
cold.
coat.
Even though it's June or July, it wouldn't be July because that was the COVID year where the year was didn't start on time, so it was like delayed. But like June, it's not cold in Wisconsin in June, Stephen A. Come on, like learn your weather. Learn your
Yeah.
weather, man. June
Come
is
to
not the same
state
as June.
and
June is not the same as January. Let's understand this.
come to our state, enjoy our city. What's the problem? Nothing.
Yeah, I know somebody who's a server. Oh, she's a waitress at a restaurant I go to a lot, and she has a friend of hers who worked at a hotel in Milwaukee, and she said that Stephen A. Smith stayed in her friend's hotel, and her friend said that he was like a complete nightmare to work with, and that he had like all these like special demands and like special requests that he needed fulfilled. And she was like, yeah, my friend hated him and didn't want to deal with him one bit. I kind of laughed and I said, that kind of sounds like Stephen A. That that sounds like it would be a
Yeah,
true
it's
story.
probably high maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't you know who I am? I'm Stephen A. Smith. Like, get me
Yeah.
this, do this for me, do that. It's like, oh gosh, like, oh Lord.
What can you do? Um, let's go to another surprise team, the Rockets. The Rockets are because I knew they were gonna, be a better team, but Udoka's really got those, Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, they're balling. I would just say win more road games because they're 3-10 away. But let me think. Oh, they're 12-4 at the Toyota Center at home. So I would just say win more road games. Um, what would you say? What's
Um,
pronounce their center's name? I like him.
Alperin Sengun. Or
Yep.
no, it's Shengun. Shengun. Sorry, I'm correcting myself. Shengun. Alperin Shengun. Or Sengun.
He
I'm not
might
100% sure. It's
might
one
be
of the
most
two.
improved.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's real good. Man, what to say about the Rockets? I don't really watch much of them. I don't know them too well. Yeah, I know they brought in Fred VanVleet. They brought in Dylan Brooks. They tried to get some veteran stability in there to stabilize things, some more leadership. Even though Brooks is kind of like the total not example of a leader that you would want.
Loose cannon.
He's kind of a clown, but Van Fleet's a good leader. Um, yeah, I didn't know they were bad on the road, so I guess I would agree with you then. Just get better on the road and win more road games should be their resolution for the new year.
Okay.
Maybe. Are they good on defense? I don't think they are. Maybe improve defensively.
I don't think they are. I'm not sure. I would have to check
Maybe,
reference.
maybe they'll look to bring in another player or something. It's hard to say which teams will make these moves at the deadline to help them.
Yeah.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But yeah, I guess just be more consistent on the road would be my resolution for them. But yeah, they're doing a lot better this year. Shout out to them and shout out to the scumbag coach guy that they have there. He probably shouldn't be in the NBA either. But
Yeah. I don't know.
well, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say that. He did pay his punishment or whatever. He was out for a full year, I think. But Yeah, he doesn't seem like the greatest guy. He's like a shady character. And didn't he get ejected in the game against the Bucks? He
Oh
made
yeah.
Udoka, and then he was
First
like
it was
crying about
Brooks, and then it was Udoka.
he
Yeah,
was crying about the refs after the game. And yeah, I don't like that guy.
yeah.
I don't like
What?
that guy. I'm okay if he loses games. Doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, maybe not a high character guy, but
And he
let's
might
go.
be a good he might be a good basketball coach, but yeah, it doesn't seem like character is his strength.
Yeah, I hope the Rockets continue to lift off at least a little bit.
Another surprise team. I don't know if we're going to talk about them next or not. The Thunder have been amazing. Have
Yeah,
been
we can
great.
talk about them. Let's talk about them. OKC, hit me. So, what's your resolution for OKC?
Oh man.
I would say trade for more size.
Yeah. Who's their center? Holmgren, I guess, wouldn't it
Yeah,
be?
and he's kind of skinny, so
Yeah, they need some more size.
oh, Drummond would be perfect.
That would be a good trade. That would make more sense. Drummond in OKC makes a whole lot more sense than Chicago. Yeah, that'd be a good place for him to land. Um, for um, well, it's hard to like these younger teams that are exceeding expectations. It's hard to think of resolutions because it's like they're already exceeding and doing so well. It's like, what do you say about them?
Yeah, they.
You got
I feel like
you got
they.
you got Shea playing like an MVP
Yeah,
candidate right now. Totally.
Luke Dort,
He's been playing amazing.
Jalen
Um,
Williams.
Jalen Williams, Dort, Holmgren looks incredible. I had my questions or my skepticisms or doubts a little bit about him, but he's been amazing. I didn't know with his like skinniness or his size if he would be effective in the NBA, but he's been Durant like honestly. So he's answered the those questions real well. And I wasn't sure if he would stay healthy, but he's been able to stay healthy too. So he's answered all the questions that I had about him. He's been amazing. Shout out to him. Shout out OKC. Keep doing good things.
Thunder up.
Their resolution. Oh man. Yeah, I would agree. Just adding size, maybe getting another center like a Drummond type would be good for them. Because in the West, you have like Anthony Davis to deal with in the playoffs. You have
Sure.
Nikola Jokic to deal with in the playoffs. A guy like Jonas Valanciunas on the Pelicans you have to deal with. So just having more size. I
Yeah.
don't think you want Chet Holmgren really going up against like Jokic or like Anthony Davis, or you want some size with those guys to match up with them.
So, speaking of Jokic, what would be a resolution for the Nuggets? Because
Um,
I would just say repeat. Improve the bench because their bench is kind of young with Christian Braun. But
yeah,
yeah,
ever since they lost, who did they lose? They lost Jeff Green off the bench, from last year, and somebody
Bruce
else who.
Brown.
Oh, Bruce Brown. That's it. I knew I was forgetting about somebody. Yeah, I would agree. Just their resolution should be getting some more help for the bench. Because yeah, their bench is a little. They're young, um, maybe unproven when it like comes to the playoffs. Do they want like unproven guys playing in the playoffs, or do they want more older players?
Yeah,
They signed Justin Holiday, which was a pretty decent move. He's been doing okay for them.
yeah.
Drew's older brother.
Drew.
Drew, Aaron, and Justin are the three brothers. So yeah, I would agree with you. Just getting more bench help
Um,
for the
let,
Nuggets.
let's talk about the Warriors. I would just say Draymond Green,
Oh gosh.
grow up. Do not get ejected
Grow
anymore.
up, Ashley. Grow. He's like 34 years old. How much more growing up could he need?
Do not
He
get
should have
ejected.
been. He should have been grown up like 10 years ago.
Don't get suspended anymore. Don't get ejected anymore. That would be mine. What would be yours? I'm gonna get a
Stop.
court.
Stop choking people. Stop like smacking people in the face. Um, stop choking and punching teammates. Stop punching teammates like you did last year. Just stop being violent. Maybe like tie his hands together or something so he can't like hurt anybody or something.
That would be good.
Make him walk around in like a spacesuit or something so he can't do anything.
A spacesuit.
Or like wrap him up like a mummy so he can't like use his hands. Yeah, I don't know. Like the Warriors, they have a lot of there's a lot of resolutions to say for that team. Be more consistent. They'll be a team that like wins 2 in a row and they look really good, and then they'll lose a couple in a row and they'll look like really bad. So it's like just try to be more consistent. I feel like they have a lot of good pieces and a lot of good bench players, but they're just not. Yeah. They're not finding the right combination of people. Guys are in like different roles, so maybe try to figure out the roles better with the team.
You gotta make it. You know, you can't waste Curry's last couple years. You know.
But I mean, some of it, there's just not much they can really do. Like Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, like their core is just getting older, and like you can't prevent age. You can't prevent aging, no matter how much you want to.
I heard they might trade Wiggins. That's what I heard.
Oh yeah, he's been I don't know what kind of value you will get for him, but he's been a big disappointment this year. Well, ever since, I mean, this really is no surprise to me because I kind of like expected this from Wiggins, but like after he won his championship, he hasn't like cared like at all. Like he's checked out now. And like that was always a concern, I think, with him. It's like his motivation like goes up and down too much. Like he'll care for a while and then he'll go back to a period of not caring, and then he'll care for a while and then he won't care for a while. It's like, no, he doesn't have that consistent drive where he like cares all the time. Like there's too much up and down with it. Like he's just he's kind of a strange player. Like he does have a lot of like physical like talent, but he just comes and goes like mentally, like checks in and checks out too much.
Yeah.
I've seen games this year where he's contributed and looked really, really good, like the finals version of Wiggins of a few years ago. And then I see other games where he just looks like he's like on the verge of retirement and like doesn't care at all. So find some consistent, like in between approach or something. Like they just need consistency.
Yeah.
From their players. Their rookie Podzemski, Brandon Podzemski, who is from this area. He's from Greenfield. He's been doing really well and playing a lot for them, so that's cool. Yeah, and fun story, and I know you'll know this because you went to the Princeton club for a while. Oh my gosh, Bambi makes an appearance. Whoa. There's that vertical leap I was talking about earlier with Bambi. He looked like Vince Carter in the All-Star dunk contest.
Yeah.
What
he made an appearance.
That was an elite vertical that Bambi just displayed there. Like that was, that was an All-Star game MVP type like performance right there. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, you'll remember this because you went to the Princeton club for a little while. I think for I think you went to a chiropractor there or something, I think, or
therapy.
Physical therapy. But Brandon Podzemski actually played at Princeton Club. I don't
Really?
know. I don't. Yeah, the rookie for the Warriors. I don't know if you knew that or not, but he
Wow.
played there at the
Wow.
Princeton Club, and I actually played some games with him and like against
Really?
him. I interacted with him quite a bit actually
That's
back then.
cool. That's
I
cool.
had I had no idea he would be an NBA player. Like absolutely none. Like that
Wow.
just like came out of nowhere. Like I'm like, okay, this guy is pretty good. Like he's decent. Like, but I never like. Well, he was only like 15 then. Like when I was like playing
Okay.
against him. So it's like that's a long time. Like a lot can happen or whatever. But
Yeah.
he could dunk at that age. Like he was dunking there, which was like extremely impressive. And like he had a lot of great athleticism. I'll say that. Like and like yeah, I never knew he would be as good as he's turned out to be. But he could ball.
Yeah.
I,
Okay.
I
Okay.
scored I scored on him once in a game, so that's my claim to fame that I scored on an NBA player.
That's cool. That's a good memory.
Nobody nobody has to know that I was like 25 and he was like 15. We'll leave that out. But
Yeah.
so
Leave that out. Just say I
I
played
probably
on a player
yeah,
once.
it's like I probably should have scored on him, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I could
funny.
say, "Hey, I scored on that guy in a pickup game."
Yeah.
But then he also probably like embarrassed me like several times too. So he got his get back, I'm sure. He got his get back on me. Probably crossed me over and I probably fell and he made like a step back on me or something. That
Yeah.
probably happened. Or he made some crazy acrobatic like tough layup against me or something, which he was known to do back then. So one of my best friends was guarding him in like a pickup game and he was like killing him. And I told my friend, I'm like, Jordan, you remember that guy that like would like destroy you in our pickup games? He's in the NBA now, so you don't have to feel so bad. There's like so much like Draymond needs to like get his head on straight and stop being a clown. Which I mean, let's be real. People have been asking him to do that for like 10 years, and it hasn't happened. So if it hasn't happened now, it's pretty much. I don't think it's ever going to happen. It's just who he is. Like
I
he's
just
not
know
going
they
to.
said you gotta, get counseling or something. I don't know.
He's not going to change. So, um,
Uh,
yeah, I don't know.
let's stay in Cali since we're in, California. Let's talk about the Lakers. Um, I think a resolution for the Lakers is try to figure out how you can improve when LeBron sits, because I think they're like the worst offense when he goes to the bench.
That's
Um,
sad.
yeah, so figure that out.
Hold on one
It,
second.
okay.
I feel like I'm echoing on your screen. Oh wait, now I did an echo. That's weird. Like when I was talking earlier, there was like an echo coming. Now
Oh,
there's not. Okay, never mind. Maybe we're fine.
I think you're fine. What would be yours for the Lakers?
Um, hmm.
Anthony Davis, maybe a trade. I know they
Uh,
don't starve and ham, some fans. Um,
just staying healthy.
oh,
I would say.
okay, okay.
Um, maybe adding some more shooting.
Okay, okay. Um, because I know they put Russell to the bench. Um, and they went for more defense in their starting lineup, but health is a major key. So let's stay in Cali. What about the LA Clippers? They traded for James Harden. They were losing at first, and then they went on, a winning streak. I would say health for them too, because
Yeah,
Kawhi and Paul George, they gotta stay healthy.
I would agree.
Yeah, yeah, and just make sure that you know the Harden experiment works. I know Russell is on the bench, but yeah, health is major. Speaking of health, Phoenix Suns. That's another West team. I think health is big for them too, especially Bradley Beal.
Huh.
Their big three hasn't really played a lot together, and I know the big three won their first game together, so that's cool recently. So health is big for them. Would you agree for the Suns?
Absolutely. The Durant and Booker pairing kind of was towards the end of last season, so I think they're just they're still trying to like build like the chemistry.
Yeah, that's key.
So health is
Chemistry,
needed.
health.
Health is important. Just time is important together.
Okay.
I
So
don't know what's missing exactly with them. I know they've had a lot of injuries, but
rebounding
Kendrick
defense.
Kendrick Perkins said like they're just something seems to be missing with them. Like they don't have that like that factor where they want to dig down deep and you know that grittiness or that toughness that they lack. They lack like a toughness factor.
Yeah,
So
I would agree.
like they're soft kind of mentally is what he put
Yeah,
it. Like when somebody like Luka Doncic comes in and punches them, they don't like respond very well. They don't throw a punch back. They just kind of lay down and get smacked.
yeah. I think Becky Hammond said something about get your sheets dirty or something. I don't know.
Oh, I think I heard something about that. That was a little strange, but
Um, but yeah, they probably do need to get, tougher. But we shall see what happens with their big three.
like
Um,
I thought of sorry, going back. We just covered this recently. I thought of a good resolution for the LA Clippers.
uh-huh,
Trade PJ Tucker or find him like a different home. Because isn't he like he said he was unhappy there or like he's not happy
yeah,
like not playing. So you don't want to have like distractions on your team or something. So they'll need to find him a new home.
that's
Or
a good
just
one.
figure out like in general what they're doing with him.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good resolution. A team that we haven't talked about, the Mavs. They got
Hmm.
Luka and Kyrie. What would be a resolution? I would just say,
How about just firing Jason Kidd? Even though there's no like real reason to per se, I just don't like him. So how about let's make that the resolution? Fire
hey,
Jason Kidd. I'm joking.
eventually somebody's got to be the scapegoat. Eventually, it might happen. Someone's got to be the scapegoat.
Can you
Uh,
believe that Dante Exum is playing in the NBA in
yeah.
almost the year 2024? Like Dante Exum is playing for the Mavericks. I had no idea he was even in the NBA until like a few weeks ago. Or like 2 weeks ago, I turned on a game and I was like, wait, what? That's Dante
Yeah.
Exum.
I don't think he's always has been. I think he might have went overseas for a little
No,
bit.
he just came back. I think this is his first year in the NBA for like in a long time.
That's good. That's good. He hasn't given up, so that's good. Um, I would say get Luca an MVP, or if that doesn't happen, I think Grant Williams hasn't been consistent, like on threes or defense. So I would say be more consistent. Grant Williams,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably aren't the Mavericks kind of bad defensively, so they need to improve on defense. Maybe get another like enforcer type toughness guy for defense. Um, um, yeah, I don't know. Like health with Kyrie, he misses like a lot of time, so he needs to be healthy. So that's maybe one. That's maybe a resolution, just being healthy.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Um,
Otherwise, they're doing pretty well. They're doing solid, and just continue to let Luka be Luka, and good things will probably happen for them.
Oh,
Despite how much I dislike Jason Kidd.
I forgot a Cali team. I forgot about the Kings, like the Beam. How could I forget about them?
Oh no!
A resolution for the Kings.
Win a
That is
playoff series. Did they win one last year? Did they win one round?
Yeah,
Did
because
they?
I know they lost to the Warriors, but they did beat.
Who did they beat last year? I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
Are you sure, or was that the first round that they played the Warriors?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think that was the first round. Let me see.
You should research it for me here, quick.
Yeah.
You're like, I know all the fans out there are disappointed. Kyle, you're supposed to know everything. How could you not know something?
It
You
was the
claim to be
Warriors.
this. What happened?
They faced the Warriors.
In what round?
The first round.
So it was the first round. So the Kings did not win a series.
Yeah, they were a 3 seed, and the Warriors were the 6 seed. Yep. It was the first round.
See, what confuses me is like the play-in stuff, because then that delays it. So it almost makes you think that it's like the second round, but it's really not.
Yeah.
Like it's like because it's like later in the playoffs. So no, the Kings did not win a series last year. So that would be my resolution for them. Just taking another step forward and winning a playoff series, at least getting to the second round.
Yeah, I agree. They got Sabonis, Fox, Malik, get Herder back on track. I like what they got.
Mm-hmm.
Murray, I like him. Yeah.
So you would agree that would be your resolution for them winning a series, playoff series?
Yep, I would agree with you. 100%.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
See, great minds just think alike, Ashley.
Yeah.
We're like in sync. We're like Chris and Giannis when Chris throws Giannis a lob. We got that inner chemistry. We're like twins. Adrian Griffin said that Chris and Giannis were like identical twins. They have this like synergy or something.
They've been playing together for a long time.
Oh yeah, by the way, what do you think of the new State Farm commercial with Brooke and Robin? Have you seen it?
I love it. That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Give me the ball.
Give me the ball. He's like, I'm the older twin. Yeah, only by a minute.
Yeah. And then Brooke said, the best minute of my life.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's hilarious. That was great.
Who
Another
else do we have to cover?
the Pelicans.
Oh, geez.
Is
Zion being healthy.
Yeah, Zion being healthy. I know they've been arguing, talking about his diet, maybe get his diet on track or something.
No, good luck with that. Like Stephen A. Smith said, there are chefs in New Orleans they can't wait to meet Zion, and he'll eat the table, he said.
Oh my goodness.
Now that was savage. That I'm kind of surprised they said that, to be honest. Yeah. But
Zion, just get healthy, stay healthy. I mean, yeah. So.
Stay away from that food.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So just resolution for them: be healthy, take care of your body, and be on the court. That's
yeah, I would say that. Grizzlies, John Morant.
Sorry, going back to who's the Pelicans starting point guard? Why am I blank? Is it Jose Alvarado is their backup?
Oh. You look right quick.
Trey Murphy.
Oh, don't they have Devontae Graham? Is he the starter?
I don't think so. No.
Really? Oh, okay.
CJ McCollum is their starting shooting guard.
Yeah,
Why
Mm-hmm.
can't I think of the point guard?
I don't know, but
Do they
I know
have a
they have
point guard? Do they have a true point guard? Maybe they don't have a point guard. Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy the second.
a. Is it yeah? Oh, it looks like C.J. McCollum is the point guard, and it
Really?
looks like they have someone named Dyson Daniels,
He's
and then
more of a shooting guard, I'd say.
they have someone named Lewis Jr.
Yeah, he's young. Okay, my New Year's resolution for them. Here, I'll add something. Get a true point guard to make life easier for Zion. Somebody like a Dennis Schroeder Jr. who maybe like won't have as big of a role in Toronto now that they acquired quickly. So they're more of a rebuild now. So maybe like sending him to New Orleans or something like that.
I heard that the Spurs might wait, not the Spurs, but the Wizards might
Tyus
trade.
Jones,
Yeah, yeah,
Tyus
trade.
Jones to the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need here. That's my New Year's resolution. I thought of a good one to get a true point guard to help make life a little easier for Zion. Because if you have a point guard kind of feeding him some baskets, maybe that leads to less injuries and like makes his body more durable versus him like having to do everything or do more and like drive into the paint or something. You can make his life a little easier and have a guy get him some easier buckets.
Okay.
Tyus Jones would be a good fit there because he's real smart with the ball. He takes care of the ball. He doesn't turn the ball over. He'll find you good looks, and he's a pretty good player.
I
So he
agree
would
with
help a lot.
I agree with that.
And I've never seen him miss a floater against the Bucks. He makes every single
Yeah.
floater I've ever seen him take against the Bucks. He could be like, you could wake him up in the middle of the night when he's like half asleep and like ask him to like go outside at 4 a.m. and shoot a floater, and he'd probably make it.
Yeah.
As long as it was against the Bucks.
Yeah. Um. So we're headed toward the end, but we got a couple more teams left.
Who else?
Grizzlies.
Oh gosh.
I would just say maybe make the play in. I know they've been winning since Ja Morant's been back. I would just say, um, get Jaren Jackson back to his, defensive self.
Shouldn't
Um,
have won Defensive Player of the Year last year. Should have been Brook.
yeah, it should have been Brook, and they should have gave it to Brook because Brook, what he's doing at his age and how he changed his offensive self to his defensive prowess self is amazing. And, he's bringing it still. It wasn't a fluke. He's still bringing it. And
Exactly.
Jaren
He gets
Jackson
disrespected. And Jaren Jackson
hasn't
is
been
such
himself.
a much, much younger player. So if anything, he should be the one who's building upon last year instead of Brook. Brook is old.
Exactly.
So and Brook does like when you've been that good for that long, like and you're playing in your older age, like that deserves to be recognized in my opinion. Like you deserve an award at that point. Like
Yeah.
Brook's career has been really weird. Like he's a one-time All-Star and a zero-time Defensive Player of the Year. That's just dumb. Like he should have been an All-Star more. He should have at least one Defensive Player of the Year. Like
Yeah.
I'm tired of him being disrespected. The refs
Yeah.
also disrespect him in games.
Oh, yes.
He's always like vertical and like has his hand like his arm straight up, and they always call it a foul. It drives me like absolutely crazy.
It is a mess. Yeah. I would
But
just
but
say
yeah, I
keep
would
Ja
agree.
on the floor.
Try to make the play in, I guess.
Oh, with me? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good resolution.
Yeah.
Keep Ja away from
Keep
guns.
Ja.
Yeah. Good resolution. You're kind of freezing up.
Oh,
Get away from guns.
yeah. We have teams left. We have the Jazz Blazers. They for the
You're kind of
Jazz.
freezing up.
Enough still? Am I good enough? Can you see me good?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah.
The audio was like very disjointed.
Okay.
The audio was like very disjointed.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, it was. It's a little better now.
Should I stop?
I think it's okay now.
Oh, okay.
Technical difficulties.
I always have those.
Yeah, I think it's better now. What teams do we have left?
The Jazz, the Blazers, the Spurs. Not very exciting teams, but I would
Yeah, let's
say
try to go quickly.
for the Jazz, I would say build around Laurie marketing and sell and trade a lot of your players like Jordan Clarkson, John Collins.
I think I've heard it's the opposite. I think they're trying to trade Markkanen.
Oh, maybe they don't feel he's good enough to build around. Maybe.
I'm not sure. They're trying to. I've heard they're trying to trade him. They want draft picks for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have
So
to
maybe
find the direction. Yeah.
they just want to go a real younger route.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. What would?
Yeah, I would just say resolution for them should just be to like commit further to a rebuild and like try to get even younger and just sell off like everybody. Clarkson, Markkanen, maybe just try to get draft picks and just commit to a full strong rebuild.
Okay. Okay. I agree.
Build around Sexton, who's still there. You can build around him maybe. Walker Kessler is a really good. Walker Kessler is good. He reminds me of a young Brook.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So
I
build
remember.
around him.
Blazers. What would it be for Blazers?
Find a new home for Malcolm Brogdon that makes more sense.
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say trade Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant too.
Yeah, trade him.
They need to commit more to a full rebuild and find a different home for some of the older win now players.
Yeah. Just focus on Henderson, Sharp, Simons, Aiden.
I agree.
Spurs, focus on Webby, build around Webby. Oh, play Jones more with Webby.
Yep, Trey Jones.
Pass the ball more to Webby.
Yep. Maybe have Wembanyama shoot like a little less, like less threes. Maybe get him more in the paint for the second half of the year.
Okay.
I feel like he's been shooting a little too many threes. Like he hasn't shot a great percentage, and he's shooting too many of them. Like he's shooting 5 per game at like 28%. So like that would be like Giannis shooting like 4 more threes a game or something. Like it's not really something you want.
Okay.
Unless their goal is to lose, which we know it is. So
that's a good one. So we covered the East and the West.
Just building more around Wembanyama and just focusing on him really. But they're kind of doing that already. So is that a resolution? Maybe playing him more minutes, I guess. I don't know. Just more minutes and get him like easier shots, I would say. Maybe try to develop him more. I would say for the second half of the year, the resolution for the Spurs should be to try to develop Wembanyama in like different ways, like have him like shoot maybe less threes and get him like some work around the basket more. Maybe like some more post work or something. I know he's really skinny and all, but he's tall, so I mean he should be able to like turn around and shoot like bank shots or something.
Hook shots, yeah.
They gotta kind of develop that a little bit more with him because you don't want him like strictly being just a shooter. He kind of wanted him to do a little more. So that's what I would say for the Spurs.
Okay.
Did
So
we
we
cover
covered.
all the teams in the West?
Yep, we covered every team in
Wow.
the East and the West. Thank you for your resolutions. Happy New Year, everyone.
Of
Everyone
course.
subscribe. Like and subscribe and comment your resolutions in the comments. You know, I hope everyone has a good 2024, and get
Yep.
more and more and more. Hope you have more in store in 2024. Yeah, you
Ooh.
guys.
Oh, serving it up.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Cal, for joining me and all
Thank
your
you.
basketball knowledge. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for everyone who's watched and supported me in my show.
Happy New Year to everybody out there. And thank you again, Ashley, for having me. And go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
All right.
Go
Take care.
Bucks. Hey.
See you later.
I gotta. Family. Oh my goodness, man.